YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now this video right here is part 4 to the 21 questions, little series that I have going on where I ask the viewers who pretty much have anything they want to say, most likely a question or just advice. It could be on relationship, it can be children, job-wise, health-wise, anything. If I'm able to answer it, I'll do my best to answer it, and if I have to go get the information from somewhere, I will also do that. So thanks to you all, to everyone who has participated in this what I call dialogue back and forth, where we can pretty much, until I get the live chat, the live stream up and running right, which is something with my encoder, I don't know what it is. I guess I'm just gonna have to break down and just buy another computer, which is no problem. So I have it up and coming soon also. But we're gonna start off just like this. Question 1. Karen G, what are your thoughts on chemtrails and weather manipulations as possible causes of recent superstorms? I don't remember so many category 4 and 5 hurricanes, tsunamis, tropical storms, etc. during my 80s childhood. Interesting. And thank you, Karen, for that question also. I find it very ironic also because I don't remember all those storms back to back also. Like in, I think that was 1992, we had Hurricane Andrew in, I think that was what the category 4 or 5 storm, and I think that was the only one we had in that whole year, or maybe we had 2, but I think that was the only one we had. We was just only seeing one every now and then, but it's now like now when you see 3 category 4 storms at the same time, and that's something unprecedented. But my thoughts on chemtrails is that they've been doing this and they've been putting it in movies, album covers, and everything else, because first of all, you have to put it in plain sight so that way people will get used to seeing this and you won't even question it. And before long, just like if you sit down and you watch something on TV every day and it's the same old thing, you get programmed into this reality, this false reality, this matrix, whatever you want to call it. So if you're looking at magazines cover and you seeing clouds and streaks of clouds across the sky, first we thought it was condensation from jet engines. Then we thought, well, maybe just a cloud or something. But if you see these things on magazine covers, album covers, on TVs and everywhere else, so when you walk outside, you will automatically accept it. You won't question it because it's already programmed into your subconscious, and you won't reject it or anything like that. And weather manipulation, they've been doing this since what, the early 1920s, as far as I know. You can go back as far as Nikola Tesla with the harp, with this unseen energy that's that's very powerful. It's hard to really break it down, but it's like this: we don't need gas to run nothing, we don't need water to run nothing. We can have stuff running straight off all the energy that's here on this planet Earth, and that's what keeps these people, these what they call the elite, in a higher position, because they know how to go by and harness this energy, because everything is energy. I'm energy, you're energy. How we're conveying this message is energy, but we don't know how to really tap into that energy yet, where we don't have to have cars running off of gasoline. We could just make them run off of some kind of fossil fuels or anything. But yeah, it's been around for a long time, and you can also go back and look at the earlier episodes of the Smurfs where they had Handy, basically, and it was season 1. It's kind of funny that they would put that in season 1 of the Smurf. And why would they put Handy making a weather control machine where he can control the weather? But before long, the machine got out of control, because one day they wanted sunny, next day they wanted cloudy, next day they want rain, next day they wanted cold, next day they wanted hot. So the machine started messing up, as we can see right now. Not to sit up here and say, well, we living in a Smurf-like reality, but we are living in some kind of reality that's been man-made and constructed, because the weather is totally off. It don't get cold like it used to. Then when it's supposed to be hot, it's cold. Then when it's cold, when it's supposed to be cold, it turns hot. So I hope that answers your question, and also because you can go study in depth and all that, but go check out that Smurf cartoon, and also they do it on Inspector Gadget, for those who remember that cartoon that came out in the 80s, where I think the name of the cartoon was called Green Finger or Gold Finger, where you have Inspector Gadget basically trying to stop Dr. Evil from trying to control the world with weather manipulation also. So go check that out also, and and do some study with Nikola Tesla, and you will see that it's a lot deeper than what you think it is. But Karen G, thank you for your question. Number 2, Gary Ricks. Hey Trey, I wanted to know, what is your progress on your live streaming chat? Well, most likely I'm going to either have to pay somebody to come in and really dissect it, because it's got to be hard if I can't find it. I'm not saying I'm the best man on computers, but you know, I know my way around a computer, but I don't know what it is, just some ain't lining up right with my coder. So what I'm gonna do, which I was gonna do anyway, I'm just gonna break down, just buy another computer, and I'm gonna run all my live streams and stuff from over there, and I'm gonna use the other one for video editing and producing, you know, music and movies and stuff like that. So it will be up and running within the next few weeks. Thanks, Gary, for that question. Number 3, Stephanie Pinkleton. Hey, Trey, do you believe we will ever have a political official brave enough to take a stand on police brutality based off of life, karma, and Mother Nature? Things can't continue this way. Thanks, Steph. You know what? I don't think we will, because one of the last ones that we seen, and he wasn't necessarily a black man. His name was Adam Clayton Powell, and you will hear people like Dr. Umar Johnson talk a lot about him. Also Malcolm X, Khalid Muhammad, people like that. And he was a guy that basically stood up for people. You know, went tooth and nail with him. He was one of the best politicians they ever had coming out of Harlem, New York. So it's hard to find people like that in this day and age, because everybody's bought and paid for, and people don't want to risk their lives, you know, because you're going up against not a person, you're going up against a machine, a system. It's a machine, it's a system that you're going up against. So you're not just dealing with people, you're dealing with a whole corporations that's pushing these agendas. And you know, we should have someone that speak out on police brutality. But to be honest with you, the man who's supposed to did it was Barack Obama. He's the one that really was supposed to speak out, because here you have, whether he want to say he's Kenyan or he's mixed or he's this and that, but you still have a brown-skinned man, black man, whatever you want to call, in quote unquote supposed to be the highest position in the world, which is the president. You know, well, in our country, because it's not, he really a public spokesman. But if you would have somebody that's a president the same color as you, why did he call out all this police brutality? Why did he turn a blind eye? And the only thing he kept talking about was LGBT, you know, legalizing gay marriage, instead of focusing on what's really going on inside these urban communities. So I hope that answered your question, Stephanie, also. But you know, that time has came and went, and that was the time to do it right there. Now we just in for a long ride with this orange Cheeto named Donald Trump. Thanks for the question. Number 4, Christina Sanders. Hi, Trey. Have you ever replaced Jose, or have you decided to take care of your own lawn for the foreseeable future? Well, you know, I can't really say I have replaced Jose yet, because, you know, I'm still trying to hold on to that, because, you know what I'm saying, we go way back like 8-tracks and flapjacks. But at the same time, you know, he just got to get his messy wife under control. And like I said, you know, you want to sit up here and be mad at me, but I wasn't mad when I was loaning you money when she asked and she didn't tell you. So I don't know what it is, you know. I mean, I was good to him. Only thing made me mad, every time I do my video, he stop in the damn window and be like, you know, all this like he just dying of thirst. And I know he wasn't thirsty. Damn, you can just come in and just get something, you know. But anyway, no, I haven't replaced him yet, but he is going to be replaced, because I don't think he's coming back. And he's pretty much keep calling me a punta, pincha miata, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. But anyway, thank you, Christina Sanders, for your question. Number 5, Teresa Williams. Hey, Trey, just wanted to say keep up the good work. My name is really Teresa, and my question is, how come some men won't hold their partner hand in public, especially if you've been with this person for years? Well, a lot of time, you know, you got certain men who just think that's kind of punkish. It don't necessarily mean a lot of them don't love you, you know, even though that can play into that, can be a factor. But at the same time, it just means that, you know, a lot of them just, you know, a lot of men, you know, we built tough, you know, we think that's kind of girly and this and that, and you know, it makes us feel all mushy and soft and stuff, you know. And I'm sure every guy would agree with that. Some days we would do it, some days we won't. Me personally, I don't see a problem with it, but at the same time, you know, men and women are like night and day. They're totally opposite, but they are yet and still the same. So you know, it can be something some people can deal with, some people can't deal with. But if he never holds your hand, that's the question. You know, that's the main thing you should ask. Does he hold your hand sometime? Because not everyone is going to hold your hand all the time, you know. So I hope that answers your question. And also, thank you for the compliment, and have a blessed day, Teresa Williams. Number 6, Mona K. Hey, Trey, if you were working a job that you despise greatly, but got selected for another job in another state with the same pay, would you hang in there at Hellville since you already established and been there for many years, or relocate praying for something better? These positions are within the same agency, just different states. If you stay, you know what might happen. If you go, you don't know what might happen. I wish that I could spend one day hanging out with you, Key. Well, I want to thank you for that right there also, but if you have a better chance to go make something out of yourself to get out of this misery, even though, you know, it might not turn out the way it want to, the way you foresee it or the way you want it to turn out, it's still worth giving it a try, because if you already, quote unquote, like you said, Hellville, I'm thinking that you resent going to this job, and it's some type of you know, kind of not animosity, but it's like, it feel like you just losing a part of yourself every day. Because that's what a lot of people do when they go to these jobs day in and day out. Then by the time they get old, they unhappy and they say they did it all just to have a roof over their head, when you really could have, played the field if you can. I know, understand some people can't. You can go play the field and try to go here and get a job, try to, start a life here or there. But at the same time, I would say step out on faith. First of all, pray about it, but step out on faith. And you never know, that might be a blessing in disguise for you. And, because what's going to happen. You could be at the job right now, and then guess what? A year later, it shuts down. So the future is going to be uncertain. So I advise you to do just, strive for happiness, and hopefully that would be strong enough to lead you to where you want to be. But anyway, Mona K, thank you for that. Key, thank you for that question. Number 7, Julie H. Hi Trey, my name is Julie H. My question to you is, what's your definition of a good man? Love your platform, stay blessed. Thank you, Julie, for the compliment, and you stay blessed also. My definition of a good man is a man who's, number 1, God-fearing, number 1, knows his place, and number 3, humble, loyal, trustworthy, respectful. If you can find all that in a man, which is very hard to find, you have found truly a rare jewel. A man that basically stands for something. That's how my dad was. That's how my granddaddy was. When they said something, they meant it. They didn't go back and forth with my grandmother with their wives, because they don't argue with no woman. Because what's the use of a real man sitting there going back and forth with a woman? It's nothing she can do can hurt a real man. I'm just talking about in a spiritual aspect. Now, physically, you can get violent. I ain't talking about that stupid stuff. But at the same time, a good man would make sure his house is in order. A good man would make sure his wife have what she want, and also, main thing, what she needs first. Then, if he can get her some of her wants, then her wants. But supply the needs first. A good man gonna make sure the bills paid. Good man gonna make sure, you happy every day. Good man gonna make sure you grow into the roles that you're supposed to become. So he gonna keep watering that flower every single day until you just become one. You just a full grown rose now. So that's all definition of a good man. I could go on for days about that. But at the same time, if you get those characteristics of a guy who's God fearing, who's very trustworthy, who's loyal, who's humble, you have truly found something. Because if he got all those characteristics, he ain't gonna do you wrong. He can't do you wrong, because it would not be in his nature, his spirit, to do you wrong. Anyway, thanks Julie H for that question, and I hope I answered. Number 8, Miss Real. Hi Trey, you seem very down to earth and balanced as a person. What has been your most challenging life experience to date, and what would you say you learned most from that experience? Well, my most challenging life experience would be letting go of the past, because I was the type of person, who liked to hold on to everything, and hold on to anger, and hold on to people who did me wrong in the past. And I believed in the eye for an eye, and till this day, I still believe in the eye for eye, but I just don't hold on to anything. I'm like this: don't do nothing to me, I won't do nothing to you. But if you do something to me, I'm gonna try to avoid you, try to keep you from doing something to me. But if you try to do something to me, then we gonna have what I say, smoke in the city. We gonna have big problems. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be this back and forth thing. Real men don't operate on that level. We don't argue with another man. Because as men, we understand one thing: you can kill me quick as I can kill you. You see what I'm saying? So it's a level of respect. It's different than women. Even though a woman can, do this and that, but a man can physically kill you with his hands. Not too many women got a strength enough to kill another woman with their hand, But at the same time, just learning to be humble, learning to let go of negative things, negative people, and just positioning myself and, trying to put myself on a path that will lead me down the road of destiny, and fulfill my destiny, my mission here on earth, So all that comes into play also, and about far as life-changing experience, just letting go of the pain, the anger, and the resentment, from my childhood, and from stuff that just went on with my family and my life, and also relationships. So just letting it go, and just moving on, and what a relief, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I hope that answered your question, Miss Real, and thank you also. Number 9, love yourself. Hi, Trey. It's Betty. Have you traveled abroad, and if so, to which country, and what did you enjoy there? If not, where would you like to travel? I have traveled a lot to experience different cultures and see wonderful sights. Do you think travel broadens the mind? Yes, of course it does. Because once you go out and you experiencing and you see life from a different lens and a different angle, you can learn to accept more. You can learn to really get a complete understanding of what it means to be a human here on this earth. Because you got to understand, this world is just bigger. This world is bigger than just me or you. It's bigger than just your neighborhoods, your state you live in, your country. It's a whole huge world out there. And you'll meet many different people. And you meet many different people coming from different backgrounds, cultures, and all that would help mold you like clay into a better human being. And you will get more of an understanding, a complete comprehension of what it means to be human. So, and far as traveling abroad, yes, I traveled abroad. I traveled to Puerto Rico, traveled to Germany, traveled to Mexico. But where I really like to go, I really like to go to the UK. I want to do a show out there one day. To the UK. Actually, I want to go to Australia. I want to go to China. I don't know why I want to go to China. I guess because I like Chinese food. But anyway, just little stuff like that. But yes, traveling definitely broadens the mind. And I advise people, just to get out sometimes, just to get out your comfort zone, get out your houses, and try something new sometimes. You never know. It might be a blessing in disguise. You might learn something. That's what's wrong with a lot of people. A lot of people afraid to try new things, and they get stuck in this same old down monotonous routine that they can't seem to break free of, and they wonder why, they feel empty inside. You have to keep refilling yourself up. Just like the song I said, the refill song. You got to keep refilling yourself up, because every day, you're giving more and more yourself out. And the way you get that back is either you go and meditate or go be alone, or you go travel and let your mind open up. That's how things come to you. But anyway, Betty, thanks for that question, and have a blessed day. Number 10, George Sanders. Hi, Trey. This is George Sanders. The question I have for you, my son, will be graduated next year in May, and I'm planning on getting him a car. I'm trying to figure out, should I give him a used car because this is his first time driving, or a new car because he will be going to finish up college, Houston, Dallas? I will appreciate that you can answer this question for me. Thank you, Trey. Thank you also, George Sanders, for that question. And what I would do for your son, I would get his butt a used car. You know what I'm saying? I would get him a used car. And guess what? This is good enough right here, because you have more than what a lot of people that have careers and jobs. You have moms and dads who catch city buses trying to provide for 2 and 3 kids. So just because, and I understand why you say a new car, because it's quite natural, and that shows that you're a good mom. Also, I want to congratulate you on that. But it shows that you have your son's best interest at heart, and you want to get him the final things. But one thing you want to do, you want to help him. You don't want to take care of him. Not saying you taking care of him. I don't mean it like that. I mean about you want to give him, just enough what he need to get him to the next step. And now if you got it like that, and I don't know your financial background, or what you got in your bank account, it's none of my business. But if you got it like that, hey, do what you do. But for it's me, even if I did have it like that, I wouldn't go get my daughter no BMW. I won't get my son no Lexus. I go get them a nice used car to get them back and forth. And guess what? You can work and get your own self that Lexus and that BMW. So, just to each his own. But since you asked the question, I answered it. And I hope I answered to the best of, your liking. And what I would do, just, get them something good and dependable. Not no raggedy hoopty, a gremlin or a pinto. Just get them something decent to get them back and forth. And he can shine and floss later once he become into who he need to become. But George Sanders, thanks for that question also. And you have a blessed day. Number 11, Cassidy. Hey, Trey. Do you think it's true when a man says he's too stressed out to spend time with you, but he's always playing video games? No, what you have is a boy. See, that is not a man. Just like the group boys to men. First you grow from boys, then you grow up to be men. But some men, despite their age, and I don't know his age because you didn't put his age, but, if he's a certain age, just say if he's 20 25 or older. You know, if he's still sitting down playing video games all day long and he don't have time to talk to you, he don't have time to ask you how your day going, he don't have time to cuddle up on the couch with you and watch Why Did I Get Married, or y'all feed each other chocolates or drink wine, you know, it's a problem, you know. And if he says he's too stressed to spend time with you, the video games must be his release, and you being his woman, you supposed to be his everything. You supposed to be his stress reliever. You supposed to be the one to comfort him. So if he's too stressed to get comforted by you, and he takes it to a game system, so is the game system more valuable in his life than you? You know, you have to answer that. You have to ask that question. But also, how old is he, and how long do he play the game? Do he get on there for 30 minutes? Do he get on there for an hour? But like you said, if he plays games always, which I take for it be hours a day. You know, when you have guys like that, you need to really question that. You know, it's time to be a man. You know, you can put that game to the side. It's a time and a place for everything. So either you can be my man, or you can go be a kid and play these video games all day long, but you can't be around me and do that, you know, because this is what I need and you're not giving me what I need. So, you know, hey, that's pretty tough to say, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on the guy, because like I said, I don't know. But if he's spending more time with a game system than you, and you're supposed to be the one for him, his everything, his comforter, and he's saying he's stressed, something is wrong and you need to question that. But anyway, Cassidy, thanks for the question. Hope y'all work it out and have a blessed day. Number 12, Lauren Layton. Hi, Trey. I just want to know, how come you don't like it up north? P.S. Much love to you. Well, basically, you know, I like the hotter regions. I like I like it where it's hot, and I like it where it's cool. I don't like it where it be too cold, because that to me has a lot of problems. You have ice on the ground. You have to worry about your car sliding into some damn body. You have to worry about so many other things. You have to worry about power going out. You have to worry about all these other things, you know. Whereas if you live in a warmer region, you don't have those problems. And true, you have, you know, depends on where you at. You have hurricanes, you have this, and you have that. But I would rather deal with that, you know, once in a while, than just being freezing cold every day and I can't even get out my house to go work or go exercise or do anything. That's my reason for saying that. Not against anything against my people up north, but for as the West Coast and down south, you know, I like that region better because the climate, the weather. You know, it's some people like cold. You know, I like cold only when I'm laying in my bed and I'm trying to sleep. You know, then it can't be hot. Then I want it real cold. But other than that, if I'm not sleeping, I don't want it that cold. So that's the reason why. You know, it ain't the fact I don't like up north. It's just the fact the weather. You know, the weather is crazy. You know. But anyway, Laura Layton, thank you for the question. Have a good day. Number 13, Freddie Chavez. I mean, thanks for all the info, brother. Much respect from the Chavez family from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank y'all. Much love to you all also. What do you think the real reason Latino and black kids are going missing in alarming numbers? I think it's an easy target, because when minorities are missing, it is taken like they are on drugs, just partying. Their chances are slim that they're going to get caught. So when it does happen, they already have the advantage. It's just sad because children are a gift from God, but treated differently. Depending on your community, we all have to come together and watch out for each other and put race aside, because we are all brothers and sisters. True. God bless and keep up the good work for the communities. Well, you know what? Thanks for that question, and you're about one of the first ones to ask me a question like that. And big shout out to the Chavez family in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know, the main reason why these Latinos and black kids are going missing is because of organs. It's because of organ harvesting. And if you look at the age of these people, they're either young children, babies, because that's what they really want. If they can't get that, then they'll rather get a female, you know, under the age of, well, I say between 16 to 17 to 18, because you know, the younger the better, because that's before they start smoking and drinking and all this, and the organs are in the tissue and everything is 100% pure. It's better. It's not contaminated with cancers and tumors and everything else that comes along with age and living and stuff you ingest in your body. But that's the reason why a lot of them are going missing, and it's not being reported because they turn a blind eye to it, and it's been going on for so long. You have people in this country who are basically evil, stealing people organs, you know, selling them, and that's where all these children are coming up missing. And if you look at the statistics, it's mostly females. It's mostly females under the age of 18 years old. Go look at the charts. If they show it, and those charts 9 times out of 10 don't be right. The best thing to do is just, make sure your kids safe and make sure, they know not to be out in certain areas at night. Don't be over here at night. And if something happens, your car break down, call me. It's ways you can try to prevent it, even though you can't prevent everything. You can't prevent everything. I understand that. But a lot of these things can't be prevented if we just tell our kids the truth. We want to, put this false reality over our kids' eyes so they look at the world through a messed up lens instead of looking at it for what it really is. It's really an evil place. It can be good, but right now just evil is winning, and we have to accept that, and we have to prepare for that and be honest with our children, and first of all ourselves, because a lot of people think you're lying. Oh, they're not stealing organs. They don't have white vans driving around snatching kids up. Yes, they do, because I done seen them before. I done seen them. I done had pull up to me, try to offer me stuff when I was a kid. I just break out running, and if they was gonna get behind me, which they could never catch me, I'm gonna knock their ass out with some rocks. You know how it is. But anyway, that's basically what it is. It's basically organ harvesting. They just taking these people organs, and they sending it all across the world. Because you got to understand something. Every single day, you have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that need what? Heart transplants, blood fusions, kidneys, lungs. Livers and all that stuff. You have people that need all this stuff, and then they got this stem cell technology. So you just tie 2 and 2 together and get 4. But Freddie Chavez, thanks for the wonderful question, and big shout out to your family in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Number 14, Rosie, dance like you live it. Okay. Oh, so it's Rosie. Domestic violence is a serious issue. Those affected should leave and seek help. Question: do you believe that society should also focus on the person committing the violence in terms of them getting help? I say this because if the person with the eternal suppressed issues goes unchecked, they will continue their path of collateral damage to others. That's true. Basically, as one woman man is saved, the perpetrator would take their domestic violence to someone new, and so on and so on. That's a very good question, and thank you, Rosie, for that wonderful question also. And yes, the person should also get treated also, but in this society, this culture of America, they have a thing what they do as they try to throw away their problems. That's why you have so many jails everywhere. That's why you have so many prisons everywhere, because America's idea of dealing with an issue is to kill it, destroy it, or sweep it up under the rug. And that's why we have all these problems, and you can put everything into that pot, it'll still be the same. So yes, not only the person that's getting raped should get help, because that should be the main one, but the person that's doing it also, they should have some kind of treatments and stuff they're going through, and at the same time they should be punished, but at the same time, yes, they should be treated and psychologically, and see what's really going on, what's really making these people into who they are, because people do things for a reason. Everybody got a reason whether they're getting off or whether they want to be dominant. You have to find that reason and attack that reason, and then you can analyze it and come up with something where you can have this person fully diagnosed, and hopefully you can get some treatment and help for the person. But the main person that needs the help is the person that's getting raped, and also, yes, the person that's committing these acts. But once again, how America deal with her problems is that they have jails and prisons and detention centers and homes, or they just kill them. They don't want to deal with anything. That's why this country the way it is. But anyway, I want you to think about that, and I hope I answered your question, Rosie, and you have a nice day. Number 15, Navy. Why did you name your show Know the Ledge? It seems to have some significance for you, and do you have single male friends that are like you? Well, I named the show like that because, number one, you already had another The Truth Show, and then it was getting me a lot of flack because what this person was putting, it wasn't really what I was doing, but in a way it was. But it was 2 totally different platforms, and it was clashing with what I had going on, and I was receiving a lot of negative feedback from people who thinking I'm this other person. I'm like, no, I'm not. My channel is well balanced. It ain't just talking about celebrities, people getting killed, Illuminati and all this stuff. We're talking about everything, just day-to-day life. Just like if you walking into a job or you walking down the street and you strike up a conversation with somebody, how I run my platform, just everyday talk. That way you always have something to talk about. But that's the reason why I changed it. And also, Know the Ledge, big shout out to Rakim, because Rakim coined that phrase right there, Know the Ledge Show. I mean, not Know the Ledge Show. He coined the phrase Know the Ledge, which means knowledge, knowledge of self, knowledge of the gods and the earth. But that's the reason why. And yes, I consider, whatever I do, whether it's in comedy, I'm still dropping jewels, I'm still dropping knowledge. Some that you can put some fat on your back, like the old people say, and that just means, putting some knowledge on you, some wisdom on you. And like I say, I'm still a work in progress, I'm still learning. But yes, it's all about knowledge. Every day you seek wisdom. A wise man seek wisdom. A fool only seeks foolishness. So remember that. And also, Navy, thanks for the question. You have a blessed day. Number 16, Rachel Renault. Hello, Trey. What's your take on long distance relationships? And would you ever get into one? Well, my take on it is that it's like a work in progress. It's something that you have to strive to do every single day. It's something that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of motivation also, because you're not seeing this person every day, and you have so many other distractions, whether you have other men and women around, depends on which one you are in a relationship. But, you can make it work if you really want it to work, but, it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of commitment and trust, and it's just not for everyone, because people want somebody at least close to them or halfway close to them. That way, when you do, get that itch, quote unquote, that itch, because we all get that itch every now and then. Let's be for real. We're human. You're going to want to see that person. And then if you're not strong enough, you're going to go get it somewhere else. And that's just the truth. And will I ever get into one? It depends. Because one thing about that, hopefully that long distance could turn to a shorter distance, and that shorter distance could turn into the two people actually being together under one roof. That's what it should be about, not just to waste time, because time is valuable, time is money, and you won't get back that time you wasted on somebody. So, if it's something that could be beneficial and good for the both of y'all, go for it. And also, Renell, thanks for that question. Hope I said your last name right. Number 17, Brittany Frederick. Hey Trey, what's your Twitter? And also, why do you think most relationships fail? Twitter is at Trey King 213. Just tap in Trey King 213 to come up, or you can go right there to my YouTube where the banner at, and click right there where you see that Twitter button at, and it'll take you right there. It's a link, take you straight to it. And most relationships fail because the people that's in them want them to fail. Nothing can fail if you really work every day to keep it together. They're just like a car. If you have a car and you neglect this car, you don't change the oil, you don't change the tires, one thing gonna go wrong. It might be the tires, it might be your transmission locking up because you're not taking care of anything. And if whatever you have, no matter how much it costs or how less it costs, if you don't take care of something, it's going to fail. And that's the same thing with relationships. It takes you watering, nurturing that relationship every single day. If you're with somebody, you have to at least tell them they look good. You so sexy to me. I love you so much. You give them a kiss or buy them some lunch, buy them some dinner. It's just different ways you can show people every day how much you appreciate them and how much you love them. So relationships fail because the people in them most of the time want them to fail, whether it's the man or the woman. Because if both people working to make something work, it can't do nothing but work. Think about that. So anyway, Brittany Frederick, I hope that answered your question, and thanks also. Have a good day. Number 18, Yvonne Sims. My question is more of a statement than a question. What do you think about asking your viewers about dialogue and about rape, mental, and physical, and do it without giving a name? Uh, they can do it without giving a name, just in case they don't want anyone to know who they are by the name, by the way my name is Yvonne. I think that'd be a good thing, because I'll ask people to chime in on that, whether I'm doing a video on a woman killing a man or beating a man to death, or a man doing it to a woman, or whether it's anything. I always ask people to chime in, because I always say it's something somebody need to hear somewhere in this world. That's the point. That's what this YouTube is for. YouTube is not to get on here and just bash people all day, talk about their hair, their color, or how much money they have, how much money they don't have. It's not for that. But a lot of people like drama, and a lot of people like truth, and a lot of people like, people gonna like whatever they want to like. But these platforms should be used in a way where you can have them type of segments, but at the same time, have it where people can express themselves. Because I'm sure people read these comments, because they tell me all the time. I get emails all the time telling me how people read the comments. But you need to have people, women or men, whoever, that's been through these situations, whether it was rape, whether it was being abused, and men and women go through them. It might be more women than men, but just the cases of the men don't go report it. You still need to have people can open up about their feelings. You don't have to leave a name for us. That just express how you feel and just make sure it's the truth. Because the last thing I want on my channel and other people shouldn't have to put up with is lies, people making up stories. So everything you say, make sure it's the truth. Not saying that you're not telling the truth, but yes, that will be a good idea. And I've been doing it. I always ask people, chime in, let me know what you think. That's what that means. By every video I do, I always say, let me know what you think, because that's what it's about. It ain't just what I think. Because what I think don't really matter. It's what everybody think. But anyway, thanks for the question, Yvonne, and you have a blessed day. Susie Katz. Susie. Trey, I noticed you taking the time to respond to every comment on this video. That is special and rare. I appreciate it. So, does one ever get tired of subscribers telling him how handsome, how inspirational, how intelligent, how knowledgeable, etc. he is? It's all true. Keep it up. But thank you for the comment, Susie. And yes, I do respond to many as I can, because you have to understand, I have a lot of other things I do. I have other platforms I run, but at the same time, YouTube is my baby. That's my first love, because that's where it's at for right now, for as reaching people and building. And it does get tired sometimes, especially the people that's being negative, the people asking you, who you are, how tall you are, or you're this or you're that, all trying to be all up in your personal business. But what makes it all worthwhile is the people that say, man, you know what? Thank you. You know what? I learned something today from you. You know what? You saved my relationship. You know what? You saved me from killing myself. And when you start getting comments like that, it touches you, because you're like, man, this is serious. And to a lot of people, it's not. Like I say, to each their own. But at the same time, I do appreciate the people who I call family, because I don't have no followers. I tell people, don't follow anybody. Follow the Most High, and whoever your God is, whoever, because I can't make you believe in what I believe in. But, we can listen, we can talk to each other, but, follow those people. That's why I say I have family, because for me to talk to somebody and go back and forth with them, it means I have a level of respect and love for you, because not too many other people do this, where they ask their subscribers to send in questions and answer it. I barely see that. It was only very few people doing that. But anyway, Susie, thanks for the question. I hope I answered it. Number 20, Ross M. I'm terrible when it comes to giving apologies. I'm a straight to the point kind of guy. I'm the type to do something and just be like, my bad. So my question is, what is an example of a genuine apology? The first thing that I would say, the first example of a genuine apology is, number one, stop being sorry for the same stuff. Stop doing the same things, then saying I'm sorry, because you can't be sorry if you keep doing the same thing. That's just like if you tell somebody, stop shutting my door when you walk in my house, and they slam your door every time they walk in the house, but then they tell you, my bad, or I'm sorry. You ain't gonna want to hear that, because it's not sincere, because you like, why don't you remember to not slam the door? And if you're sorry, why you keep doing it? So make sure that you're not repeating the same things over and over again, then apologizing for, because anybody would get tired of that. And also, and just mean what you say. And if you mean what you say, you won't go back and do it. So I hope that answered your question to the simplest form. And thank you for that also, Royce. And number 21, Sabrina. I just want to say thank you for being a good person and an inspiration to us all. And how do you stay so full of joy every day? Well, Sabrina, thank you for that question. And the reason why I stay full of joy like candy bearers from Escape said, prayed up, it's the simple fact is that, once you've been through hard times, these little days, none should get you down if you done been at the bottom and you rose to the top, and all our stories are different, but, I have a reason to be happy. I have a reason to do what I do, because I know where I done came from, and most of all, know where I'm going. So to that right there, that's why I'm the way I am, because I know what it is to have, and I know what it is not to have. I put it that way. But main thing that I learned, just to be humble yourself, because you're going to have people who are going to love you. You're going to have people who are going to hate you, whether it's family or friends. So the main thing you do is love yourself, encourage yourself every day. I'm my main encourager. Nobody encouraged me like me. So if you can do that, if you can get to that level, which some people never do, even they be old and gray and still never rise to that level, if you can make it to where you can encourage yourself and just, be self-driven, you done defeated the hard part here on this planet. You know, because a lot of people can't even get out of that. But anyway, Sabrina, thanks for that right there. And to you all also, thanks for your questions. And I hope I answered them to your liking. And if not, just how I feel, just my truth. But we will do another one next Saturday and Tuesday. I will upload the videos where you can upload your questions, or you can also put them on here, because a lot of people be putting them on the original video and they don't wait till Tuesday. But it's all good. I check them all anyway. So till next time, y'all stay blessed, and I'm out.